In this book sharing time, I'd like to introduce a book that I read recently. The title is The Dictionary of Daedon, 그거 사전 in Korean. It is an easy to read general interest book. Every day we see, touch, and use many objects in our daily lives. But can you say confidently that you know all the names of them? Or have you ever wondered what its name is and how it was invented? For example, do you know what these are called? If you don't know or cannot remember, you may call it just that one. In Korean, 그거. The author, who is a journalist at a newspaper, serialized the regular column about the names and histories of objects that are commonly encountered in everyday life but easily overlooked. It became a popular series, recording over 5 million total views, and this was later compiled into a book titled The Dictionary of Daedon. This book contains the names of 76 items, including its inventions, histories, scientific principles, and sometimes cultural background. In this video, I'd like to share the parts that I was impressive. First one is a bollard. We can see this object easily on the street, especially at crosswalks. It is usually installed between the road and the sidewalk to protect pedestrians from traffic accidents. We commonly call it a safety post, but its official name is a bollard. By the way, did you know the fact that bollards are used to prevent crime in other countries? In some countries, especially in New Zealand, a type of crime called a ram raid, the act of driving a vehicle into a shop, smashing windows or walls, and then stealing goods is a serious social issue. According to news from New Zealand in 2022, ram raid crimes increased by 400% over 5 years, and in 2023, a report stated that the crime occurred at a rate of 2 cases per day on average. Bollards, installed in front of shops, act as protective barriers that prevent this kind of crime. And in the next part, I'd like to explain the names and origins of 3 objects that I mentioned at the beginning. First, the rotating table commonly seen in Chinese restaurants is called a lazy Sujan. There are various lore why it was named Sujan, but interesting fact is that this table was not born in China. The prototype of the lazy Sujan was invented in America in 1891 and later introduced by an American entrepreneur in the 1950s, spreading around the world. Next, these are a cable and a pencil that maybe you have seen at least once in your school life. In the left photo, the part that wraps around the cable is called the ferrite core, which blocks electromagnetic interference and reduces noise. In the right photo, the metal piece that connects the pencil body and an eraser is called a fetter. In particular, in the case of fetter, it does not only refer to the metal piece connecting a pencil and an eraser. Actually, it is a general term for a ring or band used to join or secure part of objects, such as the tip of an umbrella or the joint of a golf club. Later, when you want to show off your knowledge, try asking, "Do you know what this is called?" It's a fetter. The author emphasized the following points in the book. Even the most trivial objects are born out of quite a fanfare of introductions, ambitious inventions, the cultural codes that define their era, and pressing needs. Although the name of a certain object and that one both classified as nouns in a dictionary, the name involves the sense of interest and affection for the object. So I think taking an interest in ordinary things is another way of loving our own lives. This book is not only easy to read, but also helpful for building general knowledge. At the same time, it gives readers a valuable lesson in developing a sense of curiosity and an inquisitive mindset. For those who are interested, the Dictionary of Daedon is still being serialized on the Mail Business newspaper website. So if you're interested, I recommend reading this book or visiting the following website. That's all for my book presentation. Thank you for watching.